There are many strange things that happen in our world that science cannot explain. There are mysteries of nature that have puzzled scientists for years, such as the Bermuda Triangle, or mysterious ancient structures like Machu Picchu. But what about mysteries that are a little closer to home? This is the story of the Taos Hum. This is the sound that has baffled scientists for decades. Some people hear it every day, while others can go their entire lives without hearing it once. And if you can hear it, chances are you're not alone, because more than half of all people can hear this mysterious hum at a constant level between 40 and 60 decibels. It's a low rumble that sounds like a distant engine or machinery from another dimension. And even though it isn't dangerous, it's enough to drive a person insane. It's been described as the sound of total emptiness, a symphony of nothing. It's an auditory hallucination that seems to come from nowhere, but we still don't know where it comes from. It's so loud that it fills your entire head and resonates with the bones in your inner ear. If you're outside, it seems to come from above you, like it's coming from the sky itself. But when you go inside, the noise follows you. You can't escape the humming, and it drives you crazy trying to find its source. It's one of the most frustrating noises in the world, and we still don't know why some people can hear it. We have a lot of theories, but we don't know for sure. The Taos Hum is named after the town of Taos, New Mexico, where it was first identified in the 1960s. At the time, residents were complaining about a mysterious droning noise that seemed to be coming from everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Scientists came to investigate, and they found that only 2% of the population could actually hear the sound. But over the next few decades, more and more people began to hear it. Today, more than 4% of people around the world can hear the sound of the trees. That may not sound like a big deal, but it's a huge jump from 2% to 4%. For perspective, that's about the same as the number of people who can see the northern lights. So it's obviously not something everyone can experience, but it's definitely more common than you think. So what does it sound like? Well, here's a recording of what the Taos Hum sounds like. See if you can hear it. Do you hear it? I personally don't hear it, but some people say they do. Sound can be very subjective, and it can mean different things to different people. To some, the Taos Hum is a mysterious and haunting sound that seems to come from another world. To others, it's a constant reminder of their own mortality, and to others still, it's just a nuisance. But regardless of how you feel about it, there's no denying that the Taos Hum is a truly unique phenomenon. It's a sound that's been studied by scientists for decades, yet we still don't know its origin. Some believe it's a sign of things to come, a harbinger of the end of the world. Others believe it's just a natural occurrence that we've never noticed before. Whatever the truth may be, one thing's for sure: the Taos Hum is a sound that will continue to baffle scientists for many years to come. It's unclear when the humming started, but it certainly didn't start in the 1960s. There are reports of similar noises from as far back as ancient Greece. In fact, the philosopher Pythagoras was so disturbed by the noise that he and his followers fled the city of Croton. But we have much more recent accounts of the humming, too. In the early 20th century, a man named Horace Newcomb reported hearing a loud humming noise in Taos, New Mexico. He described it as a steady, deep, low sound, like that of a large motor. He couldn't pinpoint the source of the noise, but he was sure that it was coming from somewhere nearby. Newcomb's experience was unusual, but it wasn't unheard of. Other people in the area reported hearing similar noises, and soon, scientists began to take notice. In the 1960s, researchers from the University of New Mexico set out to study the phenomenon. They found that only 2% of the population could actually hear the sound, but that number began to grow in the following years. By the 1970s, more than 4% of the population could hear the sound, and today, estimates suggest that between 3 and 23% of people worldwide can hear it. The Taos Hum has been studied extensively, but scientists still don't know what causes it. There are many theories, but no one knows for sure. One theory is that the Taos Hum is a form of auditory hallucination. This is known as a misophonic hallucination. Misophonia is a condition that makes people unable to process certain sounds. This means that some people may hear the Taos Hum as a result of their own brains misprocessing certain sounds. Another theory is that the Taos Hum is caused by a buildup of electromagnetic energy in the atmosphere. This energy is thought to cause the nerves in the inner ear to vibrate, which creates the sensation of hearing a humming noise. Still, another theory is that the Taos Hum is caused by a reaction between certain chemicals in the air. When these chemicals react, they create a sound wave that can be heard as a humming noise. But we don't know for sure. Whatever the cause, the Taos Hum is a real phenomenon that affects real people. Some people are able to tune it out, but for others it can be a constant source of irritation. It's been reported that the noise can be so loud that it keeps people up at night, or prevents them from falling asleep in the first place. In extreme cases, the noise has driven people to the point of insanity. There have been cases of people who have lost their jobs or ended their relationships because of the noise. The Taos Hum is a serious phenomenon that should not be taken lightly. If you want to learn more about the mystery of the Taos Hum, there are several resources available. Books have been written about the phenomenon, and documentaries have been produced. There is even a website dedicated to the Taos Hum, where people can share their experiences and learn more about the phenomenon. But be warned, if you're sensitive to sound, it may be best to steer clear. The more you learn about the Taos Hum, the more likely it is that you'll start to hear it yourself. And once you hear it, there's no going back. You may find yourself constantly scanning for the source of the noise or feeling on edge because of the constant threat of hearing it. So if you're not prepared to deal with the Taos Hum, it's probably best to leave it alone. But if you're like me, you're probably wondering if you can hear the Taos Hum. Unfortunately, the answer is probably not. Only between 3 and 23% of people worldwide can hear the sound, and even those who can hear it often can't identify its source. However, there's no harm in listening closely the next time you're outside. You never know what you might hear. For centuries, humans have been fascinated by the idea of life after death. We've wondered if there's such a thing as an afterlife, or if we simply cease to exist after we die. With so much mystery surrounding the afterlife, it's no surprise that so many people are curious about it. But what do we really know about the afterlife? Is it possible that when we die, we're simply reborn into another life? Or do we enter a realm that exists beyond our current reality? What would the world look like if we were reincarnated? Would we remember our past lives, or would we be completely clueless? If you're curious about what the world might look like if reincarnation were real, keep watching to find out more. Reincarnation is a concept that's been around for centuries. Many religions and spiritual beliefs teach that after we die, our souls are reborn into new bodies. But what exactly does reincarnation mean? And what would the world look like if it were real? Reincarnation literally means rebirth. It's the idea that when we die, our souls are reborn into new bodies, either human or animal. The goal of reincarnation is to achieve enlightenment and break free from the cycle of death and rebirth. In some beliefs, we may be reincarnated into a higher or lower state of being, depending on the actions we took in our previous life. If reincarnation were real, the world would look very different. First of all, death as we know it wouldn't exist. Instead of dying, we would simply move on to a new life. There would be no such thing as an afterlife, heaven or hell. Our souls would simply move from one body to the next. If reincarnation were real, it would also change the way we view life. We would know that our actions in this life would determine where we'd be reborn in the next. This would give us a whole new meaning and purpose in life. We'd be more likely to focus on helping others and making the world a better place, knowing that our actions would have an impact on where we'd be reborn. But what would the world look like if everyone believed in reincarnation? Society as we know it might not exist. Without the fear of an afterlife, we might not have the same religious or spiritual beliefs. Our views on death and the meaning of life would be completely different. The world could be a much more peaceful place if everyone believed in reincarnation. We wouldn't have wars or violence based on religious differences, and we might be more tolerant of other cultures and beliefs, After all, we'd know that everyone's soul is simply on a journey towards enlightenment, and that we're all connected. What do you think? How would the world be different if reincarnation were real? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.